It's October, which means it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We've teamed up with Hoxhunt to put together a series of short videos as part of their toolkit. It's free and it's available to you to download and use. In there are videos from Dr. Jessica Barker, from us, email templates, and instructions of how to use all this great information. You can get it at hoxhunt.com/CAM-toolkit. That's HOXHUNT.com/CAM-toolkit. Or follow Hoxhunt on LinkedIn to keep up with the latest cyber trends. You're listening to The Awareness Angle, the podcast where we cut through the cyber noise and get straight to what matters, the scams, slip-ups, and stories from the last week that you actually need to know. Views are our own, not our employers. So if you don't like it, blame us, not them. I'm Ant Davis, and here with me as always is Luke Pettigrew. Hello, Luke.
Hey, Ant. Hey, everyone.
How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. Quite busy. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, isn't it? So,
are you doing much for Cybersecurity Awareness Month?
Some funny games and some events planned later in the month. Yeah, a lot of
awesome,
bit more comms and stuff than usual.
Yeah,
how about you?
Same here. Not so much comms, but some events. A couple of events planned. So it's everyone runs at October, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we're not here about that right now. We're here about the week's cyber news stories, and we'll give you the people aspect of those. So it's episode 54 now. Woohoo! Shall we get on with the news?
Yeah, that's good too.
Excellent. Okay. First up tonight, I think these were all individual stories, and when we looked at the stories we had for this week, the list was huge. But actually, we can talk about these as a collective because ever since, it seems like since M&S and Co-op in March, but ever since forever, companies are now getting cyber attacked left, right, and centre. So this week, Harrods, I think Harrods were hit for a second time this year, just like Jaguar Land Rover were hit for a second time this year. Harrods now say that customers' data has been stolen in an IT breach. Names and contact details of some online customers were taken from the systems of a third-party provider. It's always a third-party provider. Not always, but Renault and Dacia, the car manufacturer, they have also had customer phone numbers and addresses stolen from a third party. Do you see a pattern forming here? Also this week, Asahi, the Japanese brewing giant, they've been hit by a cyber attack that's caused systems failure. They can't ship their beer. They've confirmed there's been no confirmed leakage of personal information or customer data, but they have been hit by a cyber attack. And its European operations, including the UK, are not affected. So its order and shipment operations in Japan and customer service operations have been suspended. So they're impacted. So you've got Asahi, Renault and Dacia and Harrods all in the last week. There's probably many, many other non-household names that have been impacted as well. Who did I see? Actually, while I think about it, I think I saw reports last night that Arctic Wolf, no, that was different. I'll come to that in a second, actually, as I think about that out loud. Sky News reported this week, cyber attacks, 80% of ransomware victims pay up.
Wow.
Yeah. So Hiscox Insurance, they released their annual cyber readiness report. And this is after, the past 6 months have included M&S, Co-op, Jaguar Land Rover. The report basically says 27% of the 5,750 SMEs surveyed had been targeted with ransomware over the last 12 months. And of that 27%, 80% had paid the ransom. But Hiscox then added that only 60% of those companies had successfully recovered all or part of their data after making a payment. And And then almost a third of firms, this is like, it just doesn't stop. Almost a third of firms to have paid a ransom were then met with demands for more money.
Jeez.
So this kind of plays into the whole pop. That probably pays right into the government, why the government wants to ban ransomware payments.
There's no guarantee, is there? As these stats
There isn't a guarantee. If you're a business, if you're a CEO, one of the videos I released from the SANS Summit this week was with Simeon Quarry, who's founder of Vivida, the security awareness and content company. And Simeon said, as a business owner, the thing that keeps him up at night the most is ransomware. So, of course, if Simeon's business got hit by ransomware, there'd be a real motivation to pay the ransom. If any business gets hit by ransomware, your business is being held to ransom. You pay it because just get systems back online. The tills have stopped ringing. I can't do any business. Get the systems back online. But there's no guarantee, is there? As we're seeing with that.
No.
It's frightening. And then as if to go on from that, nearly finished on this section. Most of you would have seen, but some of you may not. Joe Tidy, who is the BBC cyber correspondent for BBC World Service, he's the guy that broke all the stories around the M&S cyber attack and communicated with the cyber attackers. Well, some cyber attackers have been communicating with him again this week, and the BBC reported he was given a unique and worrying experience of how hackers can leverage insiders when he himself was recently propositioned by a criminal gang. And in quotes, the BBC News article says, it says, if you're interested, we can offer you 15% of any ransom payment if you give us access to your PC.
Crazy.
What's 15% of 40 million?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. They're offering a lot of money for access. So, if Joe was a disgruntled employee or financially vulnerable, Joe may have turned around and gone, yeah, okay, I'll give you my user account and password.
Yeah.
Luckily, Joe's a cyber correspondent and is, I assume, very happy at the BBC and didn't want to do that.
I can't imagine you'd get away with it, to be honest.
He received the message out of the blue from someone called Syndicate, who messaged him in July on Signal. He didn't know who the person was, but he instantly knew what it was about, obviously.
Yeah.
So
even though there's no guarantee who you're talking to, right? No idea.
No, none at all. No, in the BBC News article, there's screenshots of this, and it says there's a screenshot of the Signal chat that says, "However, they'll never know. Your SOC team won't know anything. We can remain silent about this."
Just the fact
and
that
then Joe replied,
it'd be his account name everywhere.
Well, that's exactly what he says next. They will see that it was my account that let you in. And then the response was, but let's be honest, does the BBC actually pay you much at all? Probably not. It's a public government owned organisation. Maybe ITV would pay you more. However, we can retire you. Just tone of voice, the knowledge, they extremely targeted.
Yeah, very bland.
This could happen to anyone. Yeah. I thought that all of those cyber attacks this week, and then those ransomware statistics from Hiscox, and then on top of that, Joe Tidy being targeted by attackers. It's like a perfect. Do you remember when we started this podcast? We were concerned there wouldn't be enough to talk about.
Yeah,
I'm sure we had that. Will we have enough to do a weekly podcast on cyber news?
Yeah, the past months have been a lot.
It's this last 12. Yeah, it's just gone crazy recently, hasn't it? So much going around.
Yeah, there's no sign of it slowing down either.
No. It's funny that Hiscox report came up. I was going through some old photos on Google Photos the other day, and I remember I went to, when was this? Where was I on November the 18th? I think it might have been a European SANS summit that was held in November. I think it was a SANS summit. And at Holborn train station, let me get this up on the screen. Let me just share this quickly. At Holborn train station, I saw a poster, And it was the first time I'd seen something cyber related advertised quite publicly.
Yeah.
And here on the tube station, I saw this poster from Hiscox Insurance. Not all burglars wear balaclavas. You are over 40% more likely to be a victim of cybercrime than burglary. If you do fall, Hiscox will get you back up and running fast. Experts in small business insurance. This isn't a sponsored listing, or, I've not used Hiscox, so I can't vouch for how good they actually are. But I remember mentioning Hiscox. I only saw that this week, and I remembered, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's a cyber insurance advert. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good advert.
Yeah, I know they've done more. Hiscox, I've seen other ones. I can't remember, but they've got quite a good marketing team there, because I remember seeing another advert, but I don't remember what the message was. So, links to all those stories will be in the newsletter. We have a newsletter. It goes out every week with every podcast, every Monday morning, sometimes lunchtime, depending how busy I am. A newsletter comes out and lands in your inbox, or lands in your LinkedIn box. There are close to 1,000 subscribers to the newsletter now.
Wow, yeah.
I think we're just shy of 1,000. So send it to your friends, recommend it, share it if you can amongst your colleagues. That would be really, really good. And it covers every single story we discuss in every single episode. So if you can't listen to it on your podcast platform, you can't watch it on Spotify or YouTube, you can read it in your inbox.
Yeah, good.
And also,
go on.
I was going to say, while I'm on it, go to YouTube at Risky Creative, subscribe to our YouTube. We're just shy of 500.
Yeah, no, it's getting there.
I think we were 491 when I checked the other day. So yes, please subscribe to us on YouTube. It would be great. We really, really want to get to 1,000, and then I'll promise to stop mentioning it every episode.
Yeah.
So help us get to 500. 495 we're at.
Oh, it's close.
495. Yes. So please, that'd be amazing. Right. On with the news. Anyway, do you want to do the next one?
Yes. Similar theme, and we spoke about it last episode. Yes, the hackers who attempted to extort the nursery chain, kiddo schools, have been the hackers that have done it have said that they've removed the stolen images and data about children on the dark web after getting a lot of backlash, which is quite amazing. Maybe they do have some sort of remorse and souls after all, but I don't know.
I wonder if this was kids and someone's mum found out.
Yeah.
You take all those photos down off the internet now. I can't believe you've done that. It's amazing, isn't it? The turnaround.
That's quite surprising. Like last week, we spoke about how they started to release information because they wanted the ransom to be paid. Added 10 pieces of data at a time, said that they'll continue until it's paid in Bitcoin. Criminals were reaching out to parents, threatening them with information as well, trying to get payments out of that. But yeah, after a lot of public backlash, they've seemed to have backtracked. And at first, it seems like they've started blurring images, and then they kept information up, and now it's all offline, and they've apologized for their actions. It's quite. Just quickly on this bit, the experts have condemned it, saying that nurseries is a new low for cyber criminals. I mean, I'd probably argue hospitals are probably the lowest, or something like that. But close
I think
followed.
Targeting a pathology service that affects, that delays operations and essentially leads to loss of life is probably just a little bit lower than that. I do wonder if they've done this because they kind of realised they weren't getting any money.
Probably, yeah.
The data they've got probably can't be monetized that well. But also, if they were to get caught, they're going to get the book thrown at them. Like leaking images of children and calling the parents. And maybe by turning this around, there won't be so much effort into the investigation. Like surely that's got to be a conversation that's gone on. Like, hang on, we've gone too far here, and now we're not going to get paid, and we could end up doing 25 to life or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it's a very quite sensitive topic, I guess. Yeah. It says here how the ransom was thought to be around £600,000.
It's not huge, is it? It's not enough to retire on.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to £600,000, but it's not. I do want.
They probably don't have the money to pay it, and maybe they don't have insurance either.
I think also they don't have insurance. They probably don't have insurance. No chain of nurseries is going to have millions of pounds to pay in ransom. So it does make me wonder whether or not this is someone that didn't think it would blow up in quite the way it has.
Probably, yeah.
And like all of a sudden, the national media's jumped on this. I think it was front page news on print media as well. So it's, I think this maybe like, we've gone too far on this.
It seems like it. I mean, obviously they claim that they've deleted it. Again, no guarantee.
No guarantee.
No. But hopefully that's the last of that, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah, it's low. As a parent, it's low. It's not as low as messing with hospitals, but it's still low. And then what was worse, if they'd have just done it, I think, that's bad. But the fact that they've been ringing parents, that takes it to a whole nother level. The fact that they've been ringing the parents to encourage the nursery to pay the ransom. It's bold, very bold. Doesn't sound, I don't know. I hear that and it just doesn't sound like a nation state to me. That does sound like kids.
Yeah, there's no, I don't think anyone's come forward.
I don't think there's been any attribution to that. That sounds more.
Other than the group Radiant, but I don't think there's much more on it. No. It does say about how they bought access to one of Kiddo's staff computers. That was compromised by a separate hacker, so not far off of the BBC article there.
I think it was last week we spoke about that. I couldn't remember who the big one was. This happened to me at the Know Before event I was at as well. I was trying to remember.
It was the Disney thing.
I
don't remember.
It was the Disney thing. Wasn't it? The Disney, was it?
I can't remember if they were paid or if they just got hijacked, but I can't remember that one exactly.
It's not uncommon, though, for people to get access to a network and then sell that access to a different group who will then use that access. So, like, there'll be groups that get access and that's their business model because it is a business, right, at the end of the day.
Quicker and maybe less severe of a... if it goes wrong.
Lower risk.
Yeah.
And also a different skill set, maybe. Like, I just like hacking stuff and I can make some money from that. I don't want to be ransoming people because actually I have some morals. I don't know. And then someone who has a organization that can monetize that, it's a different skill set, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah. So, because deploying ransomware is one thing, but the whole, it takes a bit of infrastructure or a bit of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very a lot behind it.
Not to bring parents. Quite often there's more moving parts than just 4 kids in a bedroom wearing hoodies, I suppose.
Cool, yeah. Moves us on to the next one. You take.
Next one, hackers again. So this is from TechCrunch this week. Google says that hackers associated with a prolific ransomware group are sending extortion emails to executives at numerous large organizations, claiming to have stolen sensitive information from a suite of tools developed by Oracle. So on the TechCrunch article, in a statement provided to TechCrunch, Google's head of cybercrime, Genevieve Stark, said the hackers began sending emails to executives around September the 29th, but the tech giant has not yet substantiated the hackers' claims. So emails sent from hundreds of accounts, including one used by a known financially motivated cybercrime group affiliated with Clop Ransomware, CLOP, not ex-Liverpool manager Jurgen. Yeah. So Klopp have hacked hundreds of companies in recent years, and they're ones that basically exploit 0 days undiscovered security flaws. So yeah, they'll target 0 days in software and get in, and they're responsible for the theft of data on at least tens of millions of people, according to this article.
Wow, yeah.
So yeah, it's yes, I think that's a really interesting one. It's having an honest conversation with your senior leaders in a business. Because one concern is, like, it wouldn't be unusual, I don't think, for someone senior to try and deal with it themselves, or
Yeah,
they might have,
especially if they're your Oracle customer. You might sort of,
But also they might just think, I want to pay this, and what else? Depending on what the emails look like, it might be, I don't want people to see this. I want to keep this quiet. Select group of people. They might have a fixer. I don't know if that's only in the movie. They might have a man or woman that makes stuff happen, makes stuff go away. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think having opening a dialogue. Again, one of the conversations I had at the SANS Summit was really interesting, and it was actually on this, how to speak with your leaders. Let me just find the quote, because I thought it was really interesting. So it was with Zahid, and he basically said he gets leaders engaged by taking them out of the spotlight into smaller, honest conversations. And I think that for something like this, that's perfect. Like, can I just have 2 minutes? Can I just have a quick, if you've got a relationship with them, that would be a really good thing to do on this topic, just to let you know, this has happened. If this happens, we can help protect others. You can come to me in confidence. That kind of thing would help to really build that relationship up. Yeah. So keep an eye out for Oracle related extortion emails for your senior leaders.
Yeah. Cool.
Next one.
Yeah, the next one, quite an interesting one. Imgur, the image hosting platform, has blocked people in the UK from accessing their content. So it's a platform that's used by millions to share images and lots of memes and stuff, and it's popular with online forums and Reddit. On Tuesday last week, it would be users were blocked saying content not available in your region, and that's because the UK's data watchdog, the ICO, have been looking into the whole Online Safety Act type age check system. Okay, that's what you would have seen.
Nice, simple screen, content not available in your region.
Yeah. So seems like it says here the investigation was in March. To probe whether they were complying with the UK's data protection laws and the Children's Code. So I'm not sure if that is that the Online Safety Act, or is that like a separate thing? But
no, I think it is.
It's probably the first of a few. I know we spoke not long ago about was it 4chan? They were trying to be targeted as well by this, and they started counter suing and stuff or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the internet all of a sudden becomes a lot more open, a lot less open, or VPN usage increases.
Yeah.
But
so I think basically it seems to be here. It states that they didn't ask visitors to declare their age when setting up an account. And some discussions ongoing. It seems. I don't know if is it still blocked now? I'm not sure. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it is. What I just showed you was live. Yeah, that was live.
Oh, okay. So that's quite an
This
interesting one.
this actually, I didn't realise that this was related, but there's I kind of think this is related. Roblox, which is the children's and adults online gaming service. Roblox is like a universe of mini games, isn't it? If you're not familiar. Roblox has disabled, I think, 8 million games this week.
Right.
It's wiped 8 million games from their platform to basically improve child safety.
Mm-hmm.
And so in September, Roblox announced a push to standardize its age rangings through a partnership with the International Age Rating Coalition. And in order to do that, they've pulled the plug on any games that didn't have an age rating when they were set up, which is why it made me think of Imager.
Right, yeah.
Imgur, or whatever it's called. So, yeah. And the unrated Roblox games aren't deleted but can be restored. But basically, loads of regularly played games have gone because, especially games where the developer is now inactive, because developers can go back in and add an age rating. But if a developer's moved on or is unsupported anymore, that game's dead. So, yeah. And it must be a similar thing. Must be similar.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So it's really annoying. Actually, when we work together, there's been images we've hosted in Imgur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before. So that content would no longer, and that content just isn't displayed anymore. So it's, if you have images embedded in stuff that are hosted on Imgur, they will no longer work in the UK to a UK audience. It will just appear as cannot load image. So
no, it's not ideal.
It's not ideal. Not ideal at all.
Cool. Next one.
Next news article tonight is quite an interesting one. This was on the BBC, and it's why burnout is a growing problem in cybersecurity. And an interesting part on this is that the person that the article opens up with was actually me, which I didn't tell you, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've read this and realised, but it was actually me. So it's, I didn't say that at the time, and like it coming out, but it's, this basically goes through a number of individuals, tells a story of an annual workforce study that showed 66% favourable job satisfaction rate in 2024. That's down 4 percentage points. And it says ISC2 Chief Information Security Officer John France said burnout is a major issue for the cybersecurity sector. Cybersecurity professionals are being asked to do more with less, which only increases stress and job satisfaction. Cyber professionals rarely work 9 to 5, and even if they do, they remain on call because threat actors don't operate on 9 to 5 clocks. I've worked in cyber for 13 years now, and awareness is a little different. Like, we're awareness professionals, so it is a little different. But I've definitely seen some long shifts. The one I spoke about in there was when WannaCry hit in 2017. I was doing an element of engineering then. I wasn't just awareness. And yeah, that weekend was hell. And we didn't even get hit by WannaCry. It was just defensive preparation. It was remedial work to make sure we didn't get hit. And it was all night Friday, all day Saturday, bit of sleep Sunday, and then Sunday morning close off. It was mad. My desk then, I was in the basement of the house I lived at. So the only window I had was tiny, like the size of a shoebox. So I just spent the whole weekend in the dark. Yeah, I think burnout's a massive thing. I was speaking to someone about this week, actually. And you don't know how far how much further you can go if you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm getting burnt out. I guarantee you're not there yet. Like, there is much further you can go, and it's really hard to come back from that. So it's, I think read the article. It's a really interesting article. It calls out, what's happening with, all of the scattered spider stuff. I can't even imagine what M&S and Co-op have gone through and Jaguar Land Rover have gone through. I can't even imagine the hours people have been working there. But it's like the thing I said to someone this week was, if you didn't turn up to work today, if you were off sick today, would anything have stopped happening? And the answer to that would quite often be no. Like, if it's just a normal day at work and you've got a day full of meetings, like, it's okay to be sick mentally as well as physically. Like, mental health, physical health, they're both health. So it's like, just don't be afraid to step away sometimes, I think, is the biggest advice on that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the worst part about this was I left you in the lurch for a little while when I just disappeared one day and you were like, what? And, which is always good when you're in the middle of a deployment and stuff. But so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So, yes, if it's okay to not be okay, I think is the key message on that.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, the BBC article talks about cyber mines as well. So look, we'll put a link to the article, and then I think Cyber Minds is an organisation that basically talks about resilience and helping when to ask for help, I suppose. So yeah, let's just normalize that conversation. It's okay to feel it, and it's okay to step back. Someone else can step in. We don't all have to be heroes. I think a lot of people in cybersecurity have that. We all want to help. We all want to do good. We all mean well.
Yeah.
But at times, yeah, at what cost? At the cost of us, I think. So that's enough on that. Move on to the next one.
Okay. Yeah, last one I think we got here. Yeah.
Yeah.
An update on the UK government app versus Apple. So that's says here the UK government has issued a new order giving it the right to demand access to the personal data of Apple's British users. And this is a BBC article. It's the latest development on their ongoing dispute. So the UK said that they need to be able to access private data when it's backed up by an appropriate warrant, particularly when there's a threat to national security. Apple are still maintaining that privacy is important for them, and they're not going to compromise the data protection of that anywhere in the world. It says here the Home Office has declined to comment on anything. They don't comment on anything related to that. That's what they said. They're supposedly saying that their actions are to keep the UK citizens safe, but as we know, Apple aren't too keen on doing what the UK government want them to do. And obviously US got involved at various points, and they're probably still somewhat involved because they're worried about their citizens and probably be everybody else in the world at some point. But
Tulsi Gabbard told us that this had gone away.
Right.
And the US Director of National Intelligence said that the UK had backed down on this, but she did actually say US customer data. So maybe that's why they've come back for UK data only.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what comes from that. But obviously, as we months ago, Apple removed the advanced data protection feature from the UK market. So yeah, I think new customers still can't use that, and I don't remember if existing users were going to lose it at some point. Maybe once this goes through, if it happens. But
I don't know. I know it was you couldn't turn it on after a certain point.
Yeah.
But I also don't think you could turn it off. So I don't know if it's on for those that had it pre-configured. I don't know. I got there too late. I went to turn it on the day that it was turned off.
Oh no.
And I remember checking I remember where I was, and I remember like going, "Oh, I've missed it."
Yeah. So, I think just the closing sort of thing here really is it Caroline Wilson, Palo legal director of Privacy International, said that if this order isn't stopped, the UK government will likely seek a similar thing from other companies as well. So it might not be over. I know WhatsApp were involved at some point and stuff. So
yeah, Meta joined forces with Apple, I think, on fighting it.
Yeah,
which kind of led to it falling down. But I think
we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. It's called a technical capability notice, apparently a TCN.
Right.
That's what the access order is called. So they've issued a new TCN.
Yeah, well, see what happens in the coming months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. But that's the news.
Cool. Well, that's all the news. Yeah. So jumping onto a bit of awareness, or if you work in cybersecurity, Layer 8, who are based here in the UK, and they are specialists in security champions initiatives. The team at Layer 8 are awesome. We've both worked with them before, and they really did do some good work for us. They're running a research project that only takes a few minutes, and it's just a short survey called Who Are the Champions? This research is running throughout October, and its basic aim is to provide an insight into the global state of security champion stroke ambassador programs. So what this is looking like is, what are the common factors that we see in the most successful programs? What are the challenges to progress programs? And how are organizations overcoming them? How are organizations measuring the impact of their programs? And in what ways are organizations seeing the impact? So this is open source research. So once this is done, this will be open source that we can all use, and your contributions are anonymous. So this is awesome. Champions networks, when done well, can really revolutionize the security culture of a business. I think this is
definitely,
this could be a really powerful piece of work, but only if we all contribute to it. So wherever you are in the world, if you're a cyber awareness professional, get yourself on this. Doesn't take long, just a few minutes, and you can help contribute to an awesome bit of open source research that we can all use in the future.
That sounds great. Yeah, it's always good to hear what the insights from what these sorts of things come out with. It's really useful if you don't have a champions network as well.
Yeah, it's really lovely when these things are open source. Like they're not just a sales pitch.
Yeah,
like
hidden behind data.
SebDB is one of these. Like SebDB is owned and managed by CyberSafe, but SebDB is free. You can do with it what you want, and it's a great database of security behaviors, which is cool. And it's all science backed. That's another one that, yes, they hope you become a CyberSafe customer, but there's no sales pitch with it. You can use it, and they won't pitch to you or anything. It's just there for the community to use. So well done, Layer 8, for that. Details of that will be in the newsletter, or I think you can just go. Let me see. If probably should have found a URL to announce first, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll put details of it in the newsletter and on in the show notes. So we'll put that in the show notes as well. Just see if it is on there. Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. Oh, there you go. Yeah. They've also got a free pack for Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which is cool.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. You can get that at layer8ltd.co.uk. But yeah, we'll put link directly to the survey report, research survey in the show notes.
Awesome.
Right. Next up tonight is my topics. And as always, I find something juicy. This one came from Reddit. So let me just share this on the screen right here. This is from sysadmin on Reddit, r/sysadmin. So stepping away from r/cybersecurity this week. Staff are pasting sensitive data. Just zoom that in a little bit for you. Will the sidebar go? No. Staff are pasting sensitive data into ChatGPT. We keep catching employees pasting client data and internal docs into ChatGPT, even after repeated training sessions. It feels like a losing battle. The productivity gains are obvious, but the risk of leaking data is massive. Has anyone actually found a way to stop this without going full ban everything mode? Do you rely on policy, tooling, or both? This is a problem that all companies, I think, have right now, and it's not just ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It's an abundance of AI tools. The problem's always been there, but the problem is now these tools are more helpful and AI exists. People are chucking payroll data, terms of service, contracts. We see here, we'll just go through a couple of the comments. We ban any not on an exemption list. Paolo does a really good job detecting most. We allow Copilot because it's covered by the 365 license, including data sovereignty and deletion. And then there's a bit of a discussion about whether or not it is covered by data sovereignty and deletion, which is quite interesting. Someone says, I asked Gartner about this, and even with an E5 license, which gets you commercial data protection, it doesn't follow the laws where data should be stored, and it's used in integration with Bing, so data could be sent outside the EU. See, it's all of this is so muddy. Someone says, give them access to an equally as good alternative and then block the unsafe versions. Plenty of AI companies will sell you a corporate subscription with data assurances attached to it. Someone else says, give them an alternative, but also shouldn't HR be involved in this or your data protection legal team? This is a serious compliance and data privacy issue. It's stick versus carrot, isn't it? It's the problem with this, and I had a conversation similar to this with someone recently. If you block the tools they want to use, they end up using other tools that they can use, or they just end up bypassing. Look at the Online Safety Act. That hasn't stopped people accessing the sites they want to access. They've just found a way around. They use a VPN now.
Yeah.
So,
especially if the alternative isn't there or straightforward.
The part of the problem is as well, like Copilot's not very good at some things that ChatGPT is better at. It's the same with Gemini. And people have their preferences. So you may lead people to shadow AI. You may lead people to use their mobile phone or use, it's healthy. I think you're never going to stop this problem completely, but I think we should be having healthy conversations about the risks and keep getting people on board, keep telling them, keep helping them understand the risks and find out why they're using it, and then get them a better way, get them an equally as good way that is approved. Let's work at finding safe solutions to solve their problems. That's what I think we should be doing. It's that's my rant, but it's tough. It's tough. And these new services come up all the time. I had this conversation once about Grammarly, and it was like, Grammarly is the market leader. ChatGPT is the market leader. If you remove Grammarly, you'll lose everything. Like they'll scatter. So is it better to have one known quantity that you can kind of trust, or does it scatter? What do you do? That's the tough thing.
Yeah.
Right. That's enough on that. I had one more thing I wanted to quickly mention, and we'll link to this in the newsletter. Wired had an article this week, the best password managers to secure your digital life. So they did an article on password managers, and even the best password managers are the vegetables of the internet. We know they're good for us, but most of us are happy snacking on the password equivalent of junk food. What a great way to look at it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and password are the two most commonly used passwords on the web. I think that's brilliant. Yeah. So they basically, this article goes into password managers, and funnily enough, best password manager for most people, Bitwarden. They say Bitwarden. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, I think that's what we should Bitwarden. I use Bitwarden now. The best free password manager is Proton Pass.
Right.
So, yeah, Bitwarden's free though. There's a free tier of Bitwarden that you can use across many devices. It's cool. So
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes them a lot more enticing if they're free as well. People don't really want to imagine they don't want to pay for a password manager, but if it's bundled with a VPN, then not so bad, I guess. But
no, I remember LastPass was free, and then they made a change where if you want to use it on more than one device, you have to pay.
Right. Yeah.
So you had to choose which device you used it on. I use a password manager in my browser. I use it on my phone. I'm like, no, and on my iPad. So I'm like, no. So I left LastPass.
Yeah.
Bitwarden's really good for that. It's free everywhere. There is a subscription. You can have family things and you can share passwords, I think. And even then, it's just really cheap because they want the businesses to subscribe. That's where their money is.
Yeah.
And now I've used it and I like it, if I'm going to recommend a password manager to a business, it would be Bitwarden because I use it and I like it. So, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That's my topics. There you go. A couple of quick ones for you this week.
Yeah.
Have you got anything?
I've got two quickly to show. If you're right to bring them up on the screen, there's two TikToks videos as usual. But these are like
two TikToks.
A development in the latest AI video. Not sure if you've seen some of these yet. So the first one is 2.2 Animate.
I'm always scared to share. When you share TikToks with me, I'm always scared to watch them in case you're going to bring them to the podcast because I want to watch them for the first time. Like I want to get the full reaction here when we watch them. So, so you should probably let me know. I'm going to bring this, and then I won't, or just don't share stuff with me that you're going to bring to the podcast.
Yeah, no.
Right. So this is. Let me. Shall I press play on this?
Yeah, it's a short one.
Oh wow. So, for the benefit of those of you at home, for those of you that aren't watching, there's a man at the bottom and a girl at the top, and the man is the original, and the girl is a deepfake, live deepfake. We say?
Yeah, I think it's like AI generated.
Okay.
From that image, which I guess they had found from Pinterest, according to the text. But just a single image. And it can copy that with hands as well, gestures and body. So it's quite scary.
So the whole background is the same. It looks, I mean, it's quite soft focus. That could be the source image though, but it's even the hand covers the chin, and there was a little bit of. Let me just mute that for a second. There was a little bit like
the hand
it's a little
juddery,
janky around.
Like touching the face was a bit off, but still very.
If you lowered the quality of that video down to like 720p or something, you could easily believe that, especially if it was talking.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And changing a voice isn't a problem at all. I've got voice changing software on this computer. You can get that. It does it in real time. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so it's quite a scary one with the advancement of how quickly these AI tools are getting.
Free, unrestricted, open source, Alibaba WAN 2.2 Animate. Full character swap up to hand shirt, resembling the target image. And it's true, it says about lighting, skin tone and background perfect. And it is. It really, that person really could be sat there.
Yeah. There's a few more examples out there, and it's very convincing. And obviously we spoke about before with all the sort of romance scams, and they're only going to get harder to tell with all this sort of advancement.
This is the key thing with this. Like, it's never going to get any worse than it is today. It's only going to get better. That's like everyone says that now. Like the AI, the deep fakes, anything computer generated, it's only going to get better from here on out, which is terrifying.
Yeah. So the next one is OpenAI Sora 2 model. which is another AI generated video system, and it's you can watch a video.
Okay, let me press play. Is that sharing?
Yep. Sound. I don't know if it's sound.
So there's a person ice skating with a cat on their head, and now the cat is ice skating.
花火綺麗だね。でも僕たちは
There's some
少しずつ離れていく。
with fireworks in their eyes.
Ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, go! Dude, you alright?
This is unbelievable.
Mm.
Dog in a space helmet, biting a ball. I mean, and there's a guy standing on 2 horse saddles doing the splits.
Damn it!
And crashing to the floor. Not as good. Jean-Claude Van Damme did that for real with 2 Volvo trucks.
Yeah.
He did it. Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme did it better. This is unbelievable. Like the quality.
Ready when you are. 3,
This one.
2, 1, go!
So that previously I've seen ones before when you're scrolling through and they feel a little glossy. They feel a little murky, a little soft. Like it looks like it's been reshared and reshared and reshared.
Mm.
This one looks sharp. Like there's something about the water that maybe looks off, but if I scrolled on my feed, I'd believe that.
Yeah.
My mum would definitely believe that all day long. My mum would think that was real.
Well, that's the thing.
It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
people are going to believe AI even more now because you're just beginning to not be able to tell.
This one as well. Like if it wasn't so unrealistic, if you took this is a figure skater spinning around live at a tournament. I mean, it still can't do writing well. If you look at the adverts on the side of the stage, Citizen, the watch company, is spelled COIP. So it still hasn't. Maybe that can be tweaked. But if this was just a figure skater without the cat, you'd think it was real.
Yeah.
There's no you wouldn't doubt it for a second. Only because she's got a white cat balanced on her head when she's doing figure skating. You'd think that was real. None of these are longer than 8 seconds without a cut, which is what we've said before.
Yeah.
でも僕たちは少しずつ離れていく。
You start having to make all content really long because if it's Liam Neeson jumping over a fence is now AI generated. You can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's similar things, isn't it? Like the text is still a bit off. The physics are pretty believable in some cases, but
yeah.
And then the clips, I think, they're like 8 to 10 seconds at a time. But obviously, there's audio now. Same with like Google VO has audio, and it's just
Google VO, the demo video they had of it was like a fisherman saying a poem or something. That was incredible, and the prompt was so basic, yet the ambience it's not just the voice, it's the ambience it creates around it that just makes it believable. We're doomed. You can't trust anything you see anymore.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this week. Did you see in the news Donald Trump shared an AI video on X?
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
a couple of videos. But
Yeah, it was like on Truth. Truth Social shared an AI video, and then it was removed, but it was AI generated and a complete mistruth about something that doesn't exist or is a myth or something. Yeah.
No, it's crazy when you have people like that sharing that.
When the president of the United States is sharing AI content, maybe because he thought it was real, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, who can you trust? Verify. It's the only thing you can do. Just always verify.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That cowboy on the back of the horse looks cool, though. But that looked painful, that little fall at the end.
Yeah.
We'll put a link to these videos. If you're listening and you're like, what are they talking about? We'll put a link to these videos in the newsletter. You can get the newsletter at riskycreative.com. You can subscribe, or you can find it on LinkedIn. search for the awareness angle, and join the other 900 and something people that get it every single week.
Mhm.
That's all we've got time for.
Yeah. All good. All good.
Brilliant. Right. So next week, I'll speak to you then.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.
Cool.
Catch you later.
No worries. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends and all of that. See you next week.
Cool. Yeah. Catch you later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.